100 days of RimWorld Zombies. There are no rules, only survive. Meet the colonist. First, we have Noah, who is a stellar miner and farmer. Yuki, who has great social skills and will lead researching. Haas, who has strong social and artistic skills. Now to start off, we laid out the base outline, which includes the mining blueprints, growing zones, stockpile, and dumping zones. With only 3 days until the zombies come, it's imperative to get a functional mountain base ASAP to better protect ourselves. Noah hammers away at the tunnel as Yuki and Haas begin planting rice. With no beds to speak of, the colonists spend night 1 sleeping outside in the cold. As the colonists continue planting and digging away at the mountain, they were finally able to build beds as well as a recreational activity. With the zombies less than a day away, all 3 colonists shift their focus on mining. The zombies arrive. With the zombies now here, the colonists immediately have to move their beds and stockpile zone inside. Yuki and Haas become lovers during this process. With no walls separating their beds from the zombies, night 4 is a sleepless one. With Noah and Yuki standing guard, Haas hastily works on building a steel wall. Noah's without a gun, so this process wasn't easy. With the temporary wall in place, the colonists can now breathe a sense of relief. Day 6 starts with the single raider attacking the colony. In order to get to him, the zombies outside need to be cleared. Yuki is shot and wounded in the process, but the raider is dealt with, giving Noah a new handgun. All 3 of them retreat to their dark cave to tend to their wounds. Day 7 consists of moving the rest of their supplies inside, defending themselves from oncoming zombies, and mining away at their new home. While clearing the path, the colonists come across a granite wall, which indicates something lies just beyond. With an itch to secure proper shelter, the wall is deconstructed, revealing one of the true horrors of this RimWorld planet. A Scorcher. Fighting for their lives on 2 fronts. Significant damage is taken, but victory prevails. Noah rushes to hush the fire, burning Yuki alive, while Haas takes down a wall so they don't suffocate alive from the heat. After a close call with death, everyone tends to their bandages. Before the colonists can call this their new home, the cryo sleep caskets must be opened to ensure ongoing safety. To their surprise, raiders didn't lurk inside, but a bunch of wounded souls. A few died immediately, turning into zombies, but with that taken care of, medical sleeping spots are crafted to tend to the sick and injured. For now, they have a place of refuge. One individual is so grateful, he immediately joins the colony. Factional, who is a stellar miner, a very useful trait. The beds are moved inside as the blueprints for power and food supply are put in place. With the working stove, the colonists can now cook meals. While another raid is taking place, Vaz now enters a sad wanderer state, but the colony comes to his rescue. With the food supply dwindling, the medical beds are deconstructed so the now healthy refugees can leave freely. The colony is now beginning to take shape. The storage is being mined away while the rice fields are being replenished. A group of zombies gather outside the base's walls, which unfortunately leads to the door being destroyed, inviting the walking dead inside. After clearing the zombies, plans to fortify the base are put in place. With dirt, blood, and vomit littering the floor, concrete pavement is built to spruce up the base. While working on the walls, the zombies break down the entrance, putting the 4 colonists on the defensive. Haas was able to rebuild the wall before more zombies entered the base. As day 19 rolls around, there is no food in supply, meaning the colonists have to enter the outside world to take on the dead while ravishly hungry. Haas is accidentally shot on the way out, causing him to bleed. While fighting zombies, Vass now enters a daze, likely from the lack of food. Yuki and Noah defend him while trying to harvest rice. Haas is bleeding profusely, trying to tend to himself while fighting the surrounding dead, which leads to him entering a mental daze as well. The zombies are cleared enough for Noah to harvest enough rice so everyone can eat. Yuki, having strong social skills, is able to calm down both Haas and Faznau from their mental breakdowns. With Yuki standing guard, Noah hauls the remaining rice to the stockpile zone. Everyone retreats inside as they eat, heal, and rest. On day 21, a new wanderer wanted to join the colony, a 5-year-old girl named Dodo. Without a doubt, the colony said yes. Noah protected her as the child ran into her new home. With a large group of zombies formed outside, Vasno and Haas worked on the storage, while Dodo spent her time drawing on the floor, ignoring the horrors she just escaped from. Yuki begins researching better technology for power output. The blueprints for a freezer are put in place so food can be stored, as more emphasis is put into organization. As Yuki finishes her research into chemical power generators, the colony starts implementing this huge step forward. Dodo gets trapped outside alone with the zombie, but is able to hold her own. An inside-only zone is put in place to keep the child safe going forward. Chem is now being crafted out of organics, which will fuel the generators. The freezer is also completed, with storage is being built to store the rice. Yuki finished her research into hydroponics, which allows the colony to grow a farm indoors, which is extremely helpful with the zombies keeping the colonists locked inside. Vasno has a yikes moment where he gets into a physical fight with Yuki, which he won. As day 30 comes to an end, Yuki begins the long researching journey towards having automated turrets. Better days are on the horizon. The time came to rearrange to make the living quarters a bit more inviting. It becomes apparent that the zombies outside need to constantly be cleared so the colonists can function outside the base's walls. With more power running through the base, more planters are built. Vas now puts his mining skills to use as he digs away at more compacted steel outside. With more non-food resources coming in, the colony was able to build a bed specifically for medical purposes. Food is still a major issue at this point in time, with the colony grabbing every bit of rice it can to make ends meet. In order to make the sparse food last, room is made to implement a nutrient paste dispenser, which will make the colonists unhappy because the quality of food will lower, but this will make the food stretch much further. Out of nowhere, a direct zombie attack occurred, streaming a large horde of zombies directly towards the base, breaking down the wall standing between them and the colony. The colonists stand strong in the defense of their home, clearing the zombies outside while Haas repairs the broken walls. With the rice still very much an issue, standard planter boxes are added to the indoor farm to increase the production, with it becoming more and more difficult to enter the outside world. While clearing zombies to solve starvation, Dodo enters a sad wanderer state, but Yuki successfully calms her down. Dodo runs inside while the rest continue fighting. With the zombies cleared, everyone shifts their focus onto planting. For ease of access, growing zones are added closer to the base. Rice. It's always been rice. It's needed for the nutrient paste dispenser, as well for the generator fuel, which is why power is also a desperate issue. More generators are built to hopefully combat this. A cold snap hits, which means most, if not all, the rice outside will die. It will not grow until the snap is over, meaning the indoor farm is more important than ever. Vaz now starts showing signs of hypothermia for mining outside, so the colonists can't spend too much time outside for the time being. With gun turrets researched, the blueprints are put in place. It's found that Dodo is quite sad because she's learning starved. A chalkboard and desk are built immediately to help the child with learning. The cold snap is over, so the colonists clear the zombies outside so the focus can shift back towards the growing zones. A trade caravan arrives, allowing the colonists to purchase beef, chocolate, steel, and components. While finalizing the deal, a direct attack of zombies occurs right next to the base, but the colonists stood their ground. The turrets are completed while plans are put in place to wall off the outside further. Since there's growing zones within these new walls, the goal is to keep the inside of these walls cleared of zombies so the farm can be accessed at all times. To preserve power, all the hydroponic planters are destroyed and replaced with normal planters. Without realizing, the generators in the storage made the room incredibly hot, so plans were made to distribute the heat. When the zombie threat dissipated, both the outside walls are completed, which allows the colony to function outside at all times. With the indoor farm flourishing and the outer walls being fortified, Things are looking good on day 76. Yuki was quite sad because she wasn't sharing a bed with her husband, Haas, so a double bed was constructed for the two of them. While clearing some of the zombies within their walls, Noah accidentally shoots Yuki in the head. A zombie pile-up allowed zombies to vault over the wall, but the turrets were extremely helpful in clearing them. With the rice being tended to, there's no longer a shortage for food and fuel. While farming, there was a direct zombie attack, causing the group to retreat behind the turrets for protection, making quick work of the horde. On day 83, a toxic fallout hits the world they call home. The colonists now had to stay completely indoors for the remainder of the fallout to avoid toxic buildup. Mining tunnels are constructed to mine for resources and allow Haas and Vasnow to stay busy during the fallout. With the days mindlessly rolling by and nothing changing, more tunnels are mined away. Steel is discovered, which is extremely helpful in needed resources while trapped inside. With no signs of the toxic fallout dissipating, gas masks are constructed so the colony can eventually wander back outside. This being a very bleak existence, everyone now has a gas mask, so they are free to roam once more. On day 93, the worst of the toxic fallout is over. The colonists can return to a normal life amongst the zombies. The zombies are at a peak of 350, but with the threat about to go away, the outer walls are expanded so the colony can further thrive and keep the zombies at bay. The mining tunnels are also expanded in the meantime. The colonists throw a party to celebrate their endurance during this very long journey. The new base is beginning to take shape. On day 97, the colonists gather to celebrate the marriage of Yuki and Haas, their love growing ever stronger during these trying times. Everyone comes together to clear the zombies to finish up the walls, with Yuki and Haas on cloud 9 from their marriage. Haas finishes the walls as the new parameters are set, as the older boundaries are torn down. Day 100 starts with Yuki accidentally being shot by one of her own turrets, having been hit in the torso, liver, right leg, and right femur. Vasnow quickly rescues and tends to her as Haas protects the entrance. While doing so, a large direct zombie attack appears in front of the base. Noah, Haas, and Dodo fight behind the turrets as Vasnow is cut off and trapped outside, with Yuki still incapacitated. Vasnow was able to connect back with his colleagues, but as he does, a flash storm strikes, igniting fire with every thunderous strike. Before any of this could be processed, Yuki is diagnosed with a minor infection in her torso. With the direct attack over, the focus quickly shifts towards clearing the zombies outside and exhausting any lively fires. Haas was busy putting out the flames when he catches on fire trying to avoid a zombie. Noah calms the flames as they refocus on the blaze. The wildfires are no more as the colonists regroup inside. Noah tends to her wounds while the married couple rests in the medical beds. The lights flicker as the gravity of the situation slowly sets in. Yuki's torso infection is bad. The immunity is far behind the infection, which means the injury is likely to take her life. Rain and thunder strike as likelihood is quickly becoming reality. A coffin blueprint is placed as the inevitable happens. Yuki dies from her infection. While Haas is suffering from the passing of his friend and dear wife, he is tasked with building Yuki's coffin. Noah removes Yuki's gas mask so she can be buried as herself and lays Yuki to rest. Haas builds a flower pot and plants his wife a flower as he says goodbye. To end this video, I want to say thank you for the extremely positive support the channel has gotten so far. I really enjoy creating videos that hopefully tell a story in a captivating way. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe, as well as share this with people in threads you see fit. And with that said, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.